Hello, and thank you for joining me. You're here with Data Science Teacher Brandyn, and today we're going to talk about the bar plot in seaborn. Okay, so in this data set, we have some integers and some objects, and we'll be able to use both of those in different ways with our bar plot. Kind of flexible. A little trick to get started with it though. So here in the bar plot, we're going to go S and S, which we imported seaborn as S and S, the standard alias, and bar plot. And what we're going to do is we're going to assign x the index value. So to show you what this is, if you're familiar with value count, so we're selecting the column, we're going to value count. So it gives us male, female, and the count. So the index in this series is the values that you're counting, and then the count of those values is the value in your series, kind of. And so what we can do is if we just get just the index from it's just the attribute dot index. What we do is we get a list of these attributes, of these categories. Okay. So basically what we're doing in letter A, we're defining a list of the categories. And then we're defining in the second one the value count. So that's again without the index, the actual values that this attaches to. Okay? So then we get a value counts type of plot with our bar plot. And just note as well, what I did is I defined a color palette up here above, and just use something different than the seaborn color. And then I'm just selecting 0 and 1 up to, but not including the second position, so the first two colors. Okay. What I'm doing here is I'm selecting 3 numeric columns that I'm going to work with, for features that I'm going to work with. And I assigned it to a list of feats. Okay, so SNS dot bar plot, I'm going to assign x to the mean of this. So this is very similar to the value counts. We're getting a series with the index value being the column name in this case, and the value, the average of that column being the value in that series. So if we do dot index, we're going to again go to get the list of the age, tenure, credit card, and we're going to assign that to x, and then y, we're going to assign these values right here to y. We plot that, we can see we get age is a much bigger average, but tenure and credit. And just notice here that I'm selecting 3 colors, so 0, 1, 2, up to and but not including 3 for my palette. Okay, doing the same thing here. We can make that look a little bit nicer, and I really feel that this palette looks truthfully quite nice. But what we can do is I think we can make it a little bit nicer. And I find one of the things that is very that helps with this is really changing kind of the outline color of the bar plot. It really just makes a big difference. I don't know if you feel the same way, but it is a little bit complicated when you first get started to change, but it's quite easy. So we're going to edit through patches here. So let's just see if I can show you what this looks like. Yeah, let's just delete this right here and show you what patches object looks like when I just run it. So we can see patches right here is just showing it. It's a list of these rectangles. So patches takes essentially of the grid object, we'll take out the stuff in the plot. In this situation, it's rectangles, might be lines, might be dots, different things, wedges in your pie plot. But here's it's rectangles. So we're going to iterate through a list of these rectangles. And what we're going to do is we select the bar, the rectangle, we're going to set the line width to 3, and then we're going to, in the next line, we're going to set the edge color to black. Okay, because there is an edge here. You can't see it's the same color as the plot though. So we're going to set it to black and go through there. So it makes it look truthfully quite a bit nicer. And just to show, I think honestly, just the way the names were, credit cards a little bit longer. It almost is, and just because the huge imbalance in these amounts, I actually thought it looked a little bit better as a horizontal plot. So I just did orient orient equals. Oh, actually, sorry. I didn't do orient. So I changed the x and the y right here. So just change the x and the y. So now y is the index values, the index of the means, the column names in this case, and x is the values in the series. So x is the actual value. So I just switched the access that I was going to use for that, so just to show the way that you would do this, a quick and easy way to do this. So there's more than one way, but this is a very easy way. Great thing about seaborn is you can just change the axis. It's very flexible. Okay, so thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.